Hello, slow rebels. Welcome to a little mini stretch session, really targeting the neck and the shoulders. Because when we're stressed, when we're rushing around, the body tends to tighten, especially through this upper part. We hold a lot of our tension up here. And we hunch over a lot, over our phones, our computers, our steering wheels. So this is where we're going to find a little more slowness and ease and melt a little more into rest through the upper body, just through stretching. So all I've got here are 2 yoga blocks. You can just grab a big pillow or a couple of big pillows. These are just for height. You don't need blocks. And then I've also just got a blanket, which actually is just a big beach towel. So I'm going to sit on this big beach towel that I've folded up a few times so there's a little height for under my sit bones. So I can just sit with a little more ease. If crossing your legs is totally uncomfortable, you could try propping the knees up with some pillows. That can help. Otherwise, sitting up a little higher on a pillow maybe, or even sitting up on a chair for this first part is totally fine too. Or you could have your legs straight out in front of you. So just sitting up nice and tall, grounded down through the sit bones, reaching all the way up through the crown. And then from here, we're just going to start by turning the head towards the right, gazing over the right shoulder really gently. Don't push it or strain. And then inhale back to center and exhale over to the left. Inhale back through center. Exhale, gaze upwards. Take a breath in here as you gaze towards the sky. And then exhale as you gaze back down, tucking the chin, gazing down, stretching through the back of the neck gently. And then gazing back up. Let's just bring the right ear to the right shoulder. And then come through center and left ear to left shoulder. And come on up. And then start to squeeze the shoulders up around the ears. And then squeeze them down. Squeeze them back, so you're squeezing the shoulder blades back together. And then squeeze them forward, so you're spreading shoulder blades, squeezing shoulder heads forwards. Let's keep squeezing them forwards and go up a little. And then squeeze them up and move them back. Squeeze them back and down. And then squeeze down and forwards. Let's just go the other way. So we're drawing a box with our shoulders here. Squeeze down and back. Squeeze back and up. Squeeze up and forwards. If you feel any tension during this, just soften the squeezing a little. And then squeeze forwards and down. And then just let the shoulders soften back into their natural position. Take a few wriggles, maybe a few rolls both ways. A few rolls of the head if you like. And then with your next breath in, inhale both arms towards the sky. And then exhale over to the right. So the arms are going to come out wide and they're just going to relax down towards the floor or wherever they land. Take another breath in here, lengthen spine. You're not using your hands to twist, you're using your core to twist, and you'll exhale. Twist a little more if you can. Inhale, hands rise up again, back through center. And then exhale over to the left. Arms come out wide, right hand softens down, probably between the legs. Left hand softens down behind you or towards your left side. Inhale to lengthen spine a little more. Exhale, twist just 1 degree more. Inhale back through center, arms reach up. Exhale, arms come back down. Come on over to your hands and your knees. We're going to come up, down actually, into child's pose. So just shift your blanket or whatever you are sitting on out of the way. If you have blocks, great. If not, great, grab a pillow. And we're just going to set them up to a low height. And the pillow will just be laying flat there. And then what you're going to do is come into child's pose, so the knees come wide, toes untucked, hips sit back towards the heels. And you want your hands to reach the pillow or the blocks. If your hips don't reach your heels, that's totally fine. They might be a little more lifted, totally fine. Same thing, reach the hands towards the pillow or the blocks. And then soften the head down and really press down through the hands so there's action through the shoulders, the upper body. If the forehead doesn't soften all the way to the floor, you could bring a blanket or just something in to prop your forehead up so it's not just kind of hanging mid-space. But still pressing down and engaging through the arms and really squeezing the underarms in towards each other. So there's this broadening across the back. You might even like to bring the pinky edge of the hands down so there's a little more space in the shoulders. Breathing all the way from crown of head through to tailbone and tailbone through the crown of head. Length in the spine. A slight tucking of the chin, lengthening through the back of the neck. And then slowly you'll lift and press yourself back up. Coming up to hands and knees. And then from here, you're just going to press yourself all the way up to stand. Take a moment in a forward fold. You can be quite lifted here if you need to, forearms on thighs, or even hands on like a table, hands on the wall, just going really easy with this transition. We've gone from being quite low to half lifted all of a sudden. A nice bend in the knees, letting the backs of the thighs lengthen slightly. And then slowly rolling up the spine, really, really slowly, all the way to stand. Take a few wriggles of the shoulders, the head. And then when you're ready, bring your thumbs to interlace. So you're kind of creating this like butterfly hand thing. And then inhale, reach the hands high overhead. Exhale, separate the hands, float them back down. Now interlace the thumbs the opposite way. Inhale, reach up, reaching through the hands, pulling the hands apart without releasing them. And then once you get to the top, letting go, floating down. This time interlace the fingers. Press the palms forwards. Inhale, reach up, pressing through the palms. Exhale, release. Interlace the other way, so whichever pinky was on top last time is now not on top. Press palms forwards. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, release. Now start to grab opposite elbow behind your back if you can. If not, it's just the action of reaching for the elbows as much as you can. Clasp opposite elbow. Inhale, squeeze shoulder blades down and back. Exhale, release. Inhale, reach the arms out wide. And as you exhale, clasp opposite elbow again, but this time the different way, a different sort of wrapping of the arms. Inhale, open through the front of the chest. Exhale, release. Inhale, reach everything up. Exhale, fold all the way down, forward fold. Come to a halfway lift, so you're creating this tabletop and long spine. The shoulders roll back and down. And then you'll exhale, come all the way down. Bring the hands to the floor, bend through the knees, come back into a hands and knees position. And we're going to grab our pillow. If you have 2 pillows, stack them up here. If you've got your blocks, bring them to a higher setting if you can. And then same thing, kind of like the child's pose before, but except we're going to be up a little higher on the knees. And this time, if it feels okay, bring the elbows to the blocks or the double pillows, palms together. And then sit the hips back slightly as you let the forehead soften between the upper arms. The hands might reach back towards that knobbly part at the back of your neck. The palms might stay together, reaching hips back. Chest and forehead relaxes down between the upper arms. Pressing down through the elbows, squeezing underarms in towards chin, broadening through the upper back. You can always widen the elbows a little, or just keep the hands to the blocks and come back into that child's pose shape if the other pose was really not working for you. And then slowly just coming back up, coming to sit any comfortable way. Take a few breaths, wriggle the shoulders. And move really slowly into the next part of your day.